Have you ever noticed how your mind can replay a moment from years ago with perfect clarity? A conversation. A mistake. A rejection. A decision you wish you had made differently. Sometimes it appears out of nowhere. You're washing dishes. Driving to work. Trying to fall asleep. And suddenly, you're back there. Reliving it. Again. And again. And again. What's strange is that many of these moments are completely finished. The people involved have moved on. The situation is over. Life continued. Yet your mind keeps reopening the file. Why? Most people assume it's because they haven't gotten over it. But that explanation is often too simple. Your brain doesn't replay memories because they're old. It replays them because, in some way, they still feel unfinished. Think about a movie that ends without revealing what happened. You leave the theater thinking about it for days. Not because it was perfect. Because there was no closure. The human mind dislikes unfinished stories. Psychologists sometimes call this the Zeigarnik effect. We tend to remember incomplete experiences more vividly than completed ones. An unresolved argument. An unanswered message. A missed opportunity. A dream that never happened. The brain keeps returning to these moments, searching for an ending that doesn't exist. But there's another reason. Sometimes we replay the past because we're trying to protect ourselves from the future. That sounds strange at first. But think about it. When you repeatedly examine an old mistake, your mind is often running a hidden simulation. It's asking, what can I learn from this so it never happens again? The replay isn't punishment. It's preparation. Or at least, that's what the brain believes it's doing. The problem is that preparation can slowly become obsession. The lesson gets learned. But the replay continues. At that point, you're no longer gathering information. You're simply stuck in a loop. And loops have a strange effect on perception. The more you revisit a memory, the more important it begins to feel. A small embarrassment starts looking like a life-defining failure. An awkward conversation becomes evidence that everyone secretly dislikes you. One mistake starts rewriting your entire story. Not because the event changed. Because repetition changed its weight. Imagine highlighting the same sentence in a book every day. Eventually it would seem more important than the entire chapter. That's what repeated thinking does. It magnifies. But perhaps the deepest reason we replay the past has nothing to do with mistakes. Sometimes we revisit old memories because they contain versions of ourselves that we haven't fully said goodbye to. The person who believed a relationship would last. The person who thought a dream would come true. The person who expected life to look different by now. When we replay these memories, we're not always searching for answers. Sometimes we're searching for people. Earlier versions of ourselves. And losing those versions can feel surprisingly similar to grief. Even when nobody died. Because every major life change involves a small disappearance. A path not taken. A future that never arrived. A person you used to be. Maybe that's why some memories refuse to leave. They're carrying more than information. They're carrying identity. But here's the paradox. The more tightly we hold on to these moments, the harder it becomes to see who we're becoming. The past can teach. The past can explain. The past can reveal patterns. But it cannot be lived in. Because no matter how many times you replay a memory, you never return to it. You only spend more time away from the present. And perhaps that's the real question. Not, why do I keep thinking about the past? But, what is this memory still asking from me? An answer? A lesson? Forgiveness? Closure? Or simply acknowledgement? Because sometimes a memory stops chasing you the moment you stop trying to erase it. Maybe the goal isn't to forget. Maybe the goal is to finally understand why your mind kept bringing it back. And once you do, you may discover that the memory was never trying to trap you. It was trying to tell you something. The question is, are you still listening to the past? Or are you finally ready to hear what it's been saying all along?